Hello and good morning, guys. This is Andy McCann, and I am the host here for this podcast. Woo, that's a tongue tired this morning. On fitness, food, and finance, where I'm trying to help you lay a firm foundation. So we don't always talk about finance, but 2025 is coming. Here's the biggest no-brainer and no-brainers. If you don't talk to anybody out there at all about your finances and retirement, then at least go to Aaron Vincent. He's in our gym. He has an office in downtown Woodstock. His team is stellar. They know what they're doing and you don't. So if you think looking at your money is, well, every once in a while I check my 401k, then you're an idiot. You need to do more than that. It is not just that. I pulled up their website for you. Here they are right here. It's Vincent Financial Group and the website is vincentplanning.com. And, if you're in our gym, you know their team. That's a whole bunch of guys from the gym. So obviously Aaron, and Matt, let's see if they got other pictures of them. Yeah, they got them all right here. Craig, Alec, the other Aaron, so new Aaron, and, Brady. So that's funny. I think your pictures, well, no, I think it's just Aaron's. Looks a little young. I think he used his, couple years ago picture. Of course, all you guys look so dang young to me. And they've got a couple more. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but Vincent Financial Group, guys, do something. If you don't use them, then, okay, we're talking finances this time. I know I don't go much into finances, but it's a big part of what we do. So there are 5 foundations for health and fitness in longevity. But if you were just looking at longevity, then there's a 6th one. It's your wealth. If your finances aren't in line, then it doesn't really matter if you're healthy and have a long life expectancy because you're going to become a burden on somebody else. You're not going to be able to actually afford to live. Even people that are in bad health need money to make it, right? So money is super important. And today we're going to talk about that. So I am financially independent. We've had some major, twists, turns, things happen in life. And we followed some sound principles. As you guys know, I do make a joke. Hey, if any idiot can do it, then I can do it. Yeah, I went to Georgia Tech. My IQ is pretty high. Yes, I am a little bit of an asshole. I try not to be. I'm working on that. I think with intelligence comes a certain amount of I'm not great socially, and you try to work on overcoming that. But intelligence these days is where the money is at. I'm going to talk to you about that today. So I make a joke. It says in the Bible that the geek will inherit the earth. Of course, it doesn't say that, but that's just the funny bit. If you look at the wealthiest people in the world, it's either old oil, so dinosaurs got you your money and you got that land grab, or you're super intelligent and you made some geeky, nerdy thing, Amazon, PayPal, Tesla, whatever, actually same guy, but you know what I'm saying. So be smart with your money. Okay, so the first things, we're going to go through these kind of quickly. If you are doing absolutely nothing and you want to do something at home, I got 32 at-home workouts for you. It's basically body weight stuff. You can follow that. You can find it. Actually, I'll link it so you guys can find it. I think if you go, I'll put it in the show notes. I've got 60 easy. So if you're thinking, man, 75 hard is a little too hard. I just don't like the streaking and then redoing. 60 easy is just do one thing in the 5 pillars each month. You can stack it, you can not stack it. You could do one thing of each of them, so you're doing 5 things each month, or just do one. It doesn't matter. There are no rules. It's just ideas for you to look at and try, and then maybe something sticks. If there's 60 of these things, if one of them sticks, you've advanced your health and fitness. I have to admit, I am kind of tired of preaching, get off your ass and do something. I'm 50. I can crush almost all of you guys, even the 25-year-olds, in most of the things we do at the gym. If I wanted to. I usually don't turn it on like that because I don't really need to. I would like to stay in the gym longer, meaning I don't want to do anything stupid. So you have 2 rules in the gym. Don't do anything, or show up, and then don't do anything stupid to prevent yourself from showing up. So sometimes some of those things I feel like going a little too hard could be stupid. But I could turn it on if you want to. You'll see in the open. Anyway, you need to do something. It's not very hard. This right here, 60 easy, is after coming from the TSP workshop and people talking about, hey, what you're doing might be too hard for me. I'm like, okay, I get it. 75, it was kind of a joke. Well, I'll come up with 60 easy. I don't even know why I said 60. I guess thinking 5 pillars and 12 months, so there's 60 right there. But I said it back then and I made it for you guys. I'll post it in the doodly-doo so you guys can get to it. Do something. If you're in Woodstock, come to the gym. If you're not in Woodstock, we do have an option for you. I'll get there in a second. All right, so you don't need to see that one. This one right here, the Carnivore Nutrition Challenge. So this is to help you guys understand how to eat carnivore. And let me do a thing real quick. I took all of my notes from Carnivore, Ketovore, all the stuff I've been doing, threw it in the chat GPT, asked it a few questions, came up with a decent presentation that follows an order, and I'm going to have that presentation maybe next week. Basically, here's the idea. If you eat less carbs and less processed food and less sugar, you are going to be healthier. I wouldn't even come, if you can't do that, I mean, that's the first step. I wouldn't come to the gym. I would fix your sleep and I'd fix your eating. And then I would start working out. That's just me after 20 years of doing this, but who am I? What do I know, right? Yes, the only way I make money is if you come to the gym. Yes, that is true. I don't need the gym. I am independently wealthy. I don't need it. I own this gym because I want to be healthy and fit, and secrets out, I want to meet people who are like me, people who are interested in their health and fitness, and then potentially interested in something else I like to do. And if they overlap in a lot of ways, like the other day, Randy came over to play some D&D. He's also been in adventure races with me. So this guy has really overlapped. So those circles, the Venn diagram is awesome, which means I need to be paying more attention to Randy and say, hey, let's hang out more, right? I want to find people that are similar, because I know I'm going to go over the 5 pillars later on, but connection, while it means nothing through most of time, at the very end, the amount of deep connection you have is what takes you the furthest in life, in terms of life expectancy and probably enjoyment, right? Because if you don't know the people you're around, then it's so sad. I had somebody in a group of mine, and I don't remember who it was. It was either, maybe it was David, I don't know. But he said, no, it was one of my D&D buddies. He said his granddad is on his 3rd set of friends. So basically all his friends died. He made new friends. They all died. He made new friends. They all died. And so he's living a long time. I think he was almost in his hundreds, but he's working on his 3rd group of people. And it's tough. And I'll tell you this, as an adult, as a 50-year-old, it's tough to make friends. As a 75-year-old, it's even tougher. Okay, so you need to do this. You need to eat low carb. There are the basic ideas are keto, ketovore, and carnivore. We're going to teach you whichever one you want. Basically, carnivore is super restrictive. It's absolutely no carbs at all. And then you have ketovore, which is in the middle, and keto, which is, it's low carbs. And you're kind of, you want to get rid of some of the carbs, like you'll eat some vegetables. You're going to get rid of high processed stuff. It's kind of, think of more like a Whole30 or something like that. It doesn't matter. They're both low carb, and they're both going to have benefit. Just one is more restrictive. Carnivore is more, especially the lion the stricture of the lion diet on carnivore is just even more strict, right? So that is to fix autoimmune issues. So if you've got psoriasis or, I don't know, scoliosis is not that, but some other autoimmune issue, then they have seen that going, even Alzheimer's, which is crazy, they have seen going high ketones or high carnivore, so you're no carbs, you're into that zone completely, has an effect on that. What is it going to do in your body? Man, I have no clue. Everybody's body is different. I have heard people do carnivore, and it's an absolute crap show. So maybe it doesn't work. Okay, so we have that coming up. It's going to start up on January 18th. I'll put the link in the doodly-doo. The regular one is $99. It's basically class-driven or Zoom-driven. So it's 8 weeks long. Every Saturday morning, there's going to be a Zoom class you can get in. We can have 10,000 people in this. I mean, obviously, that'd be a lot, but you could. Zoom can handle all that. They have their own app you'll download for 8 weeks. You'll use it. We're going to log and track food. They're going to give you information. It goes through a lot more than just, hey, how to eat carnivore. Hey, idiot, just eat less carbs. It's going to go through all that for sure, but then we're going to talk about things that if you're in my gym, you already know. It's going to hit things like electrolytes and water, weightlifting, overcoming obstacles, the importance of sleep, yada, yada, right? So it's a full encompassing program from Smart and Simple. All right. Like I said, I'll put the link in the doodly-doo. When you sign up, there is a section at the top, who referred you. If you're at my gym or you just know about this because of me online or whatever, sure, put Andy McCann. That's awesome. If you're from the Survival Podcast community, put the Survival Podcast or TSP or Jack Spirko, right? Actually, it'd be better if we all put the same thing. Put TSPC. If you are in Living Free Tennessee or Nicole Sauce's arena of stuff, put Nicole Sauce. And so what they're going to do is give them credit, and there'll be some amount of money passed back to them to say thank you for advertising or whatever. It's not much, but whatever, because this is a pretty dang cheap program. You could go full tilt. I want one-on-one. I don't want to do class with everybody else. That's $400. So there you go. you can follow us online. So we are working up this program. A guy said a thing, hey, Andy, why don't you help people who can't already have a gym in their basement or their garage? So we have Garage Fitness Online. Weirdly now, thank you, Charles, it is garagefitness.online is the website. Go there, you can find it. You find Brandon Phillips' programming, and we'll walk you through everything. Of course, I have CrossFit Garage here in Woodstock. If you need a physical gym, come join us here. It's awesome. It keeps you healthy and fit. We have chickens coming up on January 11th. We're going to learn to process a chicken. That may not happen. I'm trying to let my roosters grow into being roosters. It's hard to identify who is a rooster because the gender parts of a bird are on the inside. So I guess if they wanted to fly, they're more aerodynamic. So think of a rat with wings. That'd be weird. I guess bats do that. They just have their dangly bits. Whatever. I don't know. And they don't nurse, so there's no nipples, right? So it's hard to tell which chickens are roosters until they start either mating or cockle-doing, and because some hens get a larger comb and some roosters have light comb. And I'm trying to mix. So unfortunately, Andrew and Charity, Ayum Sumani, he finally got hit by a hawk, so he's dead. But he passed on a lot of genetics, so I've got a whole batch of like 40 of his chicks, and a couple not. But anyway, so we're going to learn to process a chicken. If you're interested in home chickens, let me know. I'm happy to help you get started. Actually, you know what I'll do? I've got a Chickens for Beginners that's got like 21,000 views on it. How long did I do that? About a year ago? More than a year ago. And anyway, I'll link that. You can get some ideas on chickens. But if you need more, let me know. I'm happy to walk you through it. Or you can come to the farm and take a peek at what we're doing. So, of course, if you're listening to this, we are a YouTube podcast. You can find us at Andy McCann42. If you're watching on video and you want to listen only as a podcast, then look for me on Fitness, Food, and Finances. Okay, next thing. So on January 18th, again, the Venn diagram, overlapping circles. We've got D&D at my house. We're going to teach people how to play. You don't need to know anything. If you know nothing, that's perfect. Just go show up. We're going to do a thing. It'll probably be Dungeon Crawl Classics, which is similar to D&D. It's just a little bit easier to play. And it's a theater of the mind. So you just like say, hey, I want to do a thing. And then the game master or dungeon master helps you make checks and choices. Not choices, but checks. It's a lot of fun. We'll play for maybe like 3 hours, and then we'll be done. We'll laugh and have a good time. So my goal is if enough people show up, we'll break up into smaller groups. So there's either 3 or 4 people, players in a group with one dungeon master, and we'll have fun. Yes, it's super nerdy and geeky, but here's the thing. It's a fun hobby that doesn't cost you anything, and today is about money. So find things that propel you forward in the goals you want and cut expenses where you can. Do you need a gym? Hell no, you could do this on your own, but I know I'm the type of person that won't do a thing unless I have a community or a class, and I own the damn place. I could go anytime I want. I need the gym. Okay. First major point on the money is Bitcoin. I am going to tell you a little bit about Bitcoin, what it is, what it isn't. Very minor. I have a whole podcast on it. And other people have good podcasts on it. But the thing I really want to get you into is if you're looking at this chart, back in 2008, it started and it was like, $0 up to $100, whatever. It got to, in 2017, it got to nearly $20,000. And people were like, oh, I missed out. They did not buy. It went down. And then it popped up into 60,000 in 2021 when I guess the 2 weeks to slow us down was happening. So it was about 60,000 in 2021. It had a dip back down to 30 and then back up to 60 and by the end of 2021. And people were like, well, I should have bought. I didn't buy. I should have bought. I didn't buy. I should have bought. I listened to a guy, Jack Spirko from the Survival Podcast, and he's been touting Bitcoin forever. So it dropped way back down in 2023. When I made my podcast for you guys in May of 2023, my podcast came out and said, hey, if I were you, I'd buy some Bitcoin. Bitcoin at that time was $20,000 a coin. I looked on the exact date. I can't get this thing to hit it right. But it was $20,000 a coin. You do not have to spend $20,000. They divide up everything because that's what they do. A bit of a Bitcoin is called a Satoshi. There's 100 million Satoshis in a Bitcoin. So think about, a piece of gold. If you were to break it up into silver, how many silvers go into one gold? Well, 10, I don't know, whatever it is, right? So there's denominations of Bitcoin that can be broken up. It's called a Satoshi. So you can buy Satoshis. I use a service. Let me find this for you. I use this service right here, SwanBitcoin.com. You can set everything up and put in like $100 a month, a week, or whatever, and it'll buy Bitcoin over time. Why would you do this? This is my opinion. I have no idea if this is coming true, but this is what this one nerd who studied this a lot thinks, that Bitcoin is not going away. It's like gold. What's the value of gold? There is utility. People use gold to like shield satellites and things like that. So there is a utility to it. But for most of us, it doesn't matter. We don't care. Gold is important because people made it important. There is no other real reason. Silver is important. It's pretty and you can make jewelry out of them and stuff, but it's really not important. If y'all decided like glass beads were important, like in Africa, glass beads were money for a long time until Europe came in and said, oh, glass beads are money? We know how to make those. And they blew the economy by making glass beads, which is sort of the point. Money is money, so US dollars is valuable because the government said so. But what are they doing? They're printing more glass beads and they're blowing the value up. So eventually all money that's fiat, basically the government says it's important, therefore it is not real money. It breaks the 10, actually let me pull that up, the 10 components that make real money. All right, it says there's 8. I think there's 10, but I found the wrong one, but it's pretty good. So it's generally accepted. So, I mean, that's easy. Just everyone let's agree on it. It's portable. So this is what gold breaks down. This is why there's gold at the bottom of the ocean, because it's not very portable. Bitcoin is very portable. It's indestructible and durable. That is gold and that is Bitcoin. Because it's a virus you release on your computer willingly, it's indestructible. Homogeneity, I can't even say that. I'm going to skip that one. I can't even say it. Divisible. Yes, gold is divisible. You can cut it. So is Bitcoin. So is cash. It says malleable. So this says it can be turned into something else, beaten or shaped. And so Bitcoin technically can, not physically, but you can do other things with it, like the Lightning Network running on top of it. Okay. And there's a couple. There's I can't even say that word. And then stability of value. This is a weird one because there is no stability of value when it comes to the dollar. We are definitely killing that bad boy right now. Okay, so what is Bitcoin and why should you buy it? If you've ever played Fortnite, then you know V-Bucks. That is basically a cryptocurrency. If you've gone on an airplane like Delta and you've got rewards, that is basically a cryptocurrency. It's their coin, a sky mile, that they use to buy things in their environment. So it's a recognizable money that can only be utilized in their environment. So it's not wildly accepted, but it is accepted in their environment, right? V-Bucks, it's only accepted in Fortnite. So you get the idea. Anything can be a cryptocurrency. What makes a cryptocurrency now is somebody just releases a coin that anybody could buy and anybody could spend on anything as long as people accept it. The problem is not many people accept it. I could create CrossFit garage coins that people could buy and then spend at the garage. What would be the value of that? There is none. If it was 1 for 1, like dollar for a coin, then it's stupid. Why do that? Because eventually you'd be stuck. It's like a gift card. How many of you guys have a gift card to Target? You pass them out and then you yourself have gift cards that you've never spent. That's their idea of, hey, it's trading at $1 for a Target dollar that you can use as $1. Sometimes they give you a discount to do it because what they know is, I think it's like 10% of those gift cards never get used. So it's 10% money to them. They just basically get free cash because people are never going to spend it. Or they also spend some of it and then there's like 50 cents left and they throw it away. So the business makes some money. So it's not a good deal unless you're getting some sort of discount or rebate. Bitcoin came out around 2008. There's apparently a guy named Satoshi Nakamoto that nobody knows. It's a surname or a fake name, like a writer's name. He released it. People started putting it on their computers. It's basically a virus that lives out there to do a thing. I'm not going to get into the details of it, but it has no value whatsoever, except the ones we assign. And right now, we have assigned $104,000 per coin. So I am telling you now, it was at 60, and then 60, and then it fell, and then it got back to 60. And people were like, oh, I missed it. I should have bought. I missed it. I should have bought. Is it at its all-time high? No. I think it's going to go to $1 million a coin. Would I be investing in Bitcoin? I am. So the answer is yes. Should you? Hell, I don't know. But why not? If you've got some money, you can throw it in there. You're living in a weird time. We have gone through where they said the internet, it's a passing fad. Computers, they're a passing fad. Look where we are now. Bitcoin is a passing fad. It differs from every other coin out there because nobody controls it. So if you got Ethereum or one of the others, XRP, any of that stuff, it's still centrally controlled. So somebody, Andy, or that guy who made FTX, could go in there and just screw people up with his own coin or his exchange, right? Bitcoin, you can't do that. It's released as a virus on people's computers, basically, and it's running. Nobody can change it. It would take a 50% or 51% vote, I guess, to change or fork the code, and the code is out there. It's open source, so anybody can go look at it, and everyone can read it and say, hey, this is what it's doing. When you download it and you run it, you can look at your own code and go, yeah, that's what it is. Do a comparison. So they're not cheating you. It's not super secure. It is pretty secure, but it is not super secure. If somebody wanted to, the people that want to find out who has what can totally do it. If you're out there spending it, they're going to know, right? Okay, so Bitcoin. I would buy some of that. That's something that I would do in 2024. There are some pillars to your health and fitness. I'm going to go through this presentation one day. It's something that I gave. I talk to you guys about it all the time, but I'll give it, and then I'll take 5 weeks to break it apart. So it'll be basically a 6-week program. But the 5 pillars of health and longevity are how you eat, sleep, move, think, and connect. The cheat factor on that is eat carnivore. That's the first one. And start making friends. That's the second one. Those things get you the most bang for the buck. There's other things, but I would do that. Anyway, all right, as I told you, I was going to talk more about finances. What would I do? Probably the number one thing is get out of debt. I have a podcast on getting out of debt, and you can go look that one up. And it's actually, I got a couple getting out of debt. One of the best things I've ever done for myself over my 50-year journey is to listen to Dave Ramsey and the Bible, and it says, hey, get out of debt. I can't tell you. I mean, I can tell it to you with words, but the emotional impact of being out of debt is freeing. And that's what it says. Hey, it's freeing. Debt is your master. And those, like, think about it like this. You're like, no. I know, Glenn, if you're listening to this, you're like, Andy, leveraging, using wise debt is good. No, dude, I get it. And for you, do it, dog. Most people don't have the discipline. I don't think I would have the discipline. So I just said, hey, let's try life without debt. It's not 100% all the time. Sometimes I weave out of debt, but I'm always focused on paying off my expenses before going into the next thing. So like this gym, we owe nothing. How did we make it through those 2 weeks to slow down the world? We didn't know anything. So I took the money that I had been banking and I paid our coaches and I paid rent and I paid all the other stuff that needed to be paid because, I guess rent is a debt because I owe it, but you could walk away from it. I don't know how that would really work. Anyway, it wasn't the bank didn't have the note. I could walk away, I guess, and they could keep all the stuff. So if you live conservatively and make solid base hits or double plays, it'll go well in life. You don't have to make a massive, a home run every time. I hate the baseball analogy because in a home run, you can only get 4 points. In business, you can hit it out of the park and get 100-fold, right? If you look at Bitcoin, I think it's like the fastest way to become a millionaire is Bitcoin, 11 years. So how'd you done it? If you had one Bitcoin way a long time ago, sure. Actually, it'd have to be more than one Bitcoin because there's only 100,000. So if you had 10 Bitcoin, which is what you probably did back then because you would buy a bunch of them because it was valued so low at that point. It's funny, if you take Bitcoin as the standard and not the dollar as the standard, and you figure out what is the value of $1 in Bitcoin, you're more disgusted. Once you flip that that chart, it's actually pretty interesting. Actually, I should pull it up and show you guys. Okay, so after some finagling, I got it to work. I love it. Here is, they changed it back. Damn it. Hold on. Okay, perfect. So if you put Bitcoin on the x-axis, on the y-axis and time on the x-axis, and you look at dollars as it fluctuates, you see that the dollar has simply devalued over time and Bitcoin has been stable. So rather than saying Bitcoin fluctuates, you could turn it around and say, no, it is the dollar. And we actually know that the dollar is devaluing over time. It's called inflation. So yeah, watch out. Okay. Here's another thing for you. This is going to line up on kids getting into college and you adults. So one is, what college degree should I pick? And what about my side hustle and my main hustle? Okay. So if you go to this chart here, and I did a whole presentation on this too, but I'm going to reiterate it for all you kids, parents, make them listen to this. Kids, buy Bitcoin and get a better degree. So try in high school. If you don't, you're going to screw yourself over. So I got a couple up. I'm going to read through a couple of them, a couple pages up. I'll read through a couple of their charts. This is college majors that pay the most 5 years after graduation. Okay, why in the hell would you not look at this? Why pick a degree that you're like, I guess I'll do this, and you have no idea what it's going to pay you? That's just dumb. Chemical engineering. The median is 79,000. The median, that's early career. The median midlife is 133,000. Wow, right? I'm just going to do the early one because I don't want to read both numbers. Computer engineering, 80 grand. Aerospace, 74 grand. Electrical engineering, 72 grand. Mechanical engineering, 70 grand. Computer science, 78 grand. Finance, 66. Industrial engineering, 71. General engineering, 68. Miscellaneous engineering, 68. So what do you get out of this? STEM kids are going to rule the world. Not STEMming kids, but STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, are going to rule the world. We already see this in The Geeks Will Inherit the Earth, right? Go for something tough. Yes, I know you don't want to. It's hard work. The 4 years that you spend in college and the 4 years you spend in high school dictate the finances you have for the rest of your life. I've got family who said, damn, why did nobody tell me this degree wasn't going to pay much? I'm like, you have the internet. Go look it up. What? How did you not know that? So here are the college majors that pay the least 5 years after graduation. Liberal arts, 38 degrees. Performing arts, 38 dollars. Theology, 38,000. Leisure and hospitality, 39,000. General social and sciences, 40,000. History, 40,000. Miscellaneous biological sciences, 40,000. Fine arts, 40,000. Treatment therapy, 40,000. Nutrition science, 40,000. Do not go get a degree that's only going to pay you 40,000. And on the top side of it, none of them broke 70,000. Whereas on the other one, they started at 70,000. So this is just dumb. You are shooting yourself in the foot financially. Yes, the secret is out. The game is who has more money to do whatever they want. Why does Joe Rogan not care what people say about him? Because he has enough money. What do they call it? You escape velocity. They escaped the slavery or the debt servitude or the social media present servitude that people would put you into. The Bible says debt makes you a slave to whoever you owe the money to. Get out of the debt. So that's number one. Go listen to that podcast. Do Dave Ramsey's Debt Snowball. It's the best thing. I would love for the debt avalanche to work, but it doesn't work. The Debt Snowball works. I'll pull it up and link it in the doodly-doo. There it is right there. RamseySolutions.com and his Debt Snowball. So I'll make sure I link that bad boy. Let me go back to the colleges. So that's just sad. If you're picking a degree like this and you didn't think about it, then you're an idiot. You are going to deserve the hard life that you got. That's just where it is. Now, if you got here accidentally, I have options for you. This is for kids who are making that choice now. Let's look at another page. It says, how much do science majors pay? So I don't know why I just picked science majors, but that's what it picked. So, let's see, popular science salaries. That's not the one I wanted. I wonder where I had that. Oh, I got to scroll up. That's where it was. It was just saying that sciences make the most money, or engineering, right? So majors that make the top early career salaries. Here we go. Computer engineering, 80. Chemical engineering, 80. Computer science, 78. Computer engineering, 78. Aerospace, 74. Electrical, 72. Industrial, 71. Mechanical, 70. Finance, 66. Math, 65. Economics, 65. Civil engineering, 65. Business analytics, 65. Pharmacy, 64. Physics, 62. Nursing, 62. So by going and getting an engineering degree, you are $20,000 out of the gate better than the rest of the people. I mean, why would you not do that, right? Then it's got midlife monies. Chemical engineering, yeah, we already saw that. It's 133. Computer science, 125. It's all the engineering, aerospace, electrical, mechanical, computer at 110. Then finances hits at 104. Business analytics, which I don't know if that's business or is that a derivative of computer science. That's 100K. Civil engineering, 100K. Construction, 100K. Economics, 100K. General engineering, industrial engineering, all 100K. Physics and mathematics. Where is teacher and stuff? It's not up there. Why? Because, man, I hate to say it, it ain't that hard. Anybody can teach anybody. Just don't be a dumbass. Yes, I get it. Oh, you got to have a degree. If you're going to teach a fourth grader, I think the idea maybe is you should pass at least sixth grade in order to teach fourth grade. That's just my opinion. I know I just pissed a lot of teachers off. Dude, I'm just saying, if it was tough, less people would go into it. Now, hear me out. It is tough. I could never do it. I could never teach anybody. The type of person it takes to teach somebody is definitely not me. So it is tough. It's just not the type of tough that other people won't do. So like, yeah, I'll be a teacher. And then they make you get a master's. Why the hell do you need to get a master's to teach Like first grade, that's just dumb. It's because too many people went into it and they're trying to throttle you back. Okay, those that get masters can move on or whatever, get the higher pay and all that stuff. If it were hard, not many people would go into it. Like electrical engineering, not many people go into it because it's hard. If it's easy, more people go in, typically. Okay, dude, I love teachers. Don't get me wrong. I think it's wrongly paid. I think there's less people should do it. They should pay you more, but there should be less of you because there's more of you. They don't have to pay you more because it's economy. It's basic money. If the supply and demand, they don't have to. This is why. Look at pay over time. The administrators pay. Actually, there is a cool. Let me go pull that up. There we go. It's so hard to find a chart that's going to show this, but this one here is from GraphWise, weekly.com, average salaries compared with 2010. So it's 2010 through 2017. Teachers are in blue, and they go from 0% to about 4%, 3% increase. Then you got other leadership. It went up by maybe 5%. And then the heads, like principals and such, went up to 10%. So it was like 3, 5, and 10. So just showing you that teachers, dime a dozen, apparently, because they don't pay you much. Anyway, don't pick a job that is going to not get you the money. So we're looking at this chart here. Let's see. They had, okay, so they did go into, I see what they did. So those are the top. And they're like, hey, business majors. So finance, it goes from 66 to 104. Not bad. Business analytics, 65 to 100. Accounting, basically same thing. It's 60 to 80. Marketing, 50 to 80. General, 50 to 80. Business management, 50 to 80. Then you go into sciences. Everything is higher. Everything. So pharmacy, 60 to 80. Physics, 60 to 90. Nursing, 60 to 80. Medical technicians, 55, 70. Okay, that one's lower. Anyway, you just go through the list. Popular major trends. Economics. I mean, why would that be English, 42,000. I'd like to start a job. 1998, 1996, I don't know. In the mid 1990s, I started a job as an electrical engineer selling test equipment as a technical sales engineer. So we were the sales guy and the technical guy for Louisiana and Mississippi. So the armpit of the USA. They started me at, my base and commission was $42,000. Right now, they're saying the salary, let's call it 1994 because that would make it easy math on me. That's 30 years ago. So 30 years ago, I started at 42,000. This English degree is starting right now today at 42,000. Let me look that up in today's dollars. Okay, I asked the internet, who knows if it's right, but it's saying that's $83,000. So I could have come out of college making $83,000, which is about what they're saying as an engineer would make. So that makes sense. So you guys who were in, I get it. If you can't, sure, this is where your life led you, and I am sorry. We make choices that we don't understand as a teenager that lead us to becoming an adult that we didn't necessarily want, and you can fix that. I'm going to get there in a second. But if you are a teenager, if you are about to choose college, look at this stuff. Choose something hard. So my son, Levi, he said, Dad, I may switch my major. I said, that's great. Let me know what you're going to do. If you move out of the STEM industry, it's going to be hard for you, and that's okay. That's your choice. I will back you up. But it's also going to become immediately hard. You're going to lose the car that's mine that I let you use, and you're going to lose the debit card that's mine that I let you use. Just so you know, not only in the long run is it going to be hard, but immediately, right now, it is going to be hard. And he's like, well, that's not very fair. I'm like, what? The fact that I give you everything and I'm paying you to go to a college that I'm paying for? That's not fair. And he's like, okay, well. And so he quickly decided, hey, it was just pledgeship. After he got done pledging and he was able to study, he pulled up a bunch of D's and F's to A's, which is, at UGA, this is kind of dumb. Now, apparently, a 95 is a A, like a 4.0 A. And anything below a 95 is an A minus, which is a 3.75. I don't know why they're doing that, but that is dumb. Anyway, pick a job, a degree that lends you to a job that you know is going to make more money. Yes, it is hard. This is what your parents have been trying to tell you this whole time. It's hard. Life is not easy. It's only easy when you have enough money to escape the velocity of debt and social whatever, right? I have this gym. I do not make any money at the gym. We save everything. With the landlord boosting the rent, I had to make a lot of changes. I still make zero. I don't pay myself. I get to be healthy and fit. Yes, it is true. It only takes me now about 30 minutes a day to run the gym, and I coach classes, I know, but there's not really that much work that I have to do. It runs pretty well. But it's not a moneymaker. To choose to get into that business, you could do it differently. I know some people that make a lot of good money at it, and it is their full-time gig, hardcore. So they're a business owner in that field. Yes. I don't do it that way, and so whatever, it doesn't matter. It's very safe and secure, and I'm okay with that. I like security, and I'm getting out of it what I want. Anyway, my point is, when you have the escape velocity to do whatever you want, I could have a gym that makes it through that 2 weeks to shut down or slow down the spread, right? I can do things like, I don't know, if I need to buy a car, buy a house or whatever. Or maybe not buy a house straight out, but you know what I mean, right? I can make these choices because of escape velocity. Kids, unfortunately, at the dumb age of 18, you need to make some choices, and the choice is going to affect you the rest of your life. Make that good choice. Okay, let's move on. If you did not pick a major that you're like, hey, this worked out well for me, or you're like some of my friends in my family who said, I made a bad choice. How do I get out of this bad choice? Sometimes the answer is, well, suck it up, buttercup. You have to live in that choice. Many of you guys have said, hey, what about my side hustle? Could I get a side hustle? The answer is yes, but. So here are some side hustles that you could do. A side hustle is basically anything you're doing that creates income on the side that potentially you can grow into something bigger, and maybe your side hustle becomes your main hustle. Then you start another side hustle, right? So they've got, do I want to go through the... Sure, here's 13 legit ways to make money. Okay, let's click on that link and see what its 13 legit ways are to make money. Oh, I didn't have anything. That was just all... It was all hype. There was nothing in the list. Credit card. Oh, side hustles. Now, it was an article to an article. That's dumb. Give me a real 33 side hustles. Okay, I'll read a couple of these. They're going to be pretty funny, I'm sure. They started right off the top. So 35 of the best side hustles. Food delivery. Okay, actually, I do like that one. If you're going to drive somewhere, pick somebody up, deliver food, whatever. That's actually really good. I'm interested in it myself. I'm making my way to Columbia, South Carolina. I put into the app, I don't know, Uber and whatever. Hey, I'm going to Columbia, South Carolina. It will direct me to routes that are going in that direction. And so it might take me longer, but I'd make money along the way. Is it worth it? I don't know. A lot of people say it is. So there you go. Complete online surveys. Oh, shoot me. So Lyft, that's the other one. Lyft and Uber. That's it. Car sharing. Yeah, I don't know about that. Sell or flip products. So there are some people who do that. Buy in bulk, I don't know, like soap at $1, and then you go look up the price. Hey, it's $4 or $8. So then you sell it for $4 on eBay. And that's 4 times your money minus the time or whatever. So if you do that enough. Tutor online. Now, there's a weird one. You kind of actually have to know the subject, but I do like that. Scrap metal. Provide a pet service. I like that. That's, I think it's called rover.com. So you could pet sit. That's probably my favorite. If you can handle it and you're trustworthy, people want to give their animal to someone they know, like, and trust. And they'll just drop off their animal. You don't have to go anywhere. You just have to be around, but you could set your dates up. You know what? I actually might look into that one, just for funsies. I need to prove it with my wife. I do like the VBRO thing, or Airbnb, like a room in your house. That's pretty cool. Maybe scary, but it's also pretty cool. Start walking dogs. Yep, that's when they have a thing like a dog walker, and you can find people that need you to walk their dog. Yeah, Airbnb, VBRO, I just said that one. Let's see. Go to Upwork. So Upwork.com is a place where people ask for you to do a thing. You have to have the ability to do a thing. So there is that too, right? Start a blog, get an affiliation, streaming on Twitch. So yes, but you have to be pretty famous to get money on any of that stuff. And the money that comes out of it isn't very big. If you watch some of these people's like, hey, what do you actually make when you're just an average person? It's not much. You have to do it because you love it. Another one is Fiverr. It's like Upwork, but it's like, hey, I'll give you $5 to do this thing. So let's see, start drop shipping. Yeah. So drop shipping is like you buy a bunch of products and then you resell it. Or you can do that other one where it's not necessarily where you buy the product. It's you just advertise that you're selling it and then you link people over. That's the affiliate model. People do that on Amazon. They make videos and stuff and all that. Get an online course. That's pretty cool. I'm going to work on that one actually myself. Anyway, those are actually pretty good. So I'll link that one. You guys can go see it. What is this one? The qualities of money. We don't need that. The US dollar. I did like that chart. That's my favorite. Okay. So Debt Snowball, we talked about that. And then the teacher salary, I can X that one. What about your side hustle? Let me go back and find, where did I go on that one? Side hustle, making side hustle your hustle. Did I get rid of that one? Okay, I did. All right, so let's pretend I've got some buddies at Cox Communication. And they're like, hey, I want to get a side hustle. So let me put in Cox Communication. Careers at Cox. Look at that right there. So it's here in Atlanta. It's a business. So this is for all you people who are like, look, Andy, I'm 50. What do I do now? This is something, as a business owner, I wish people would do. I'm a very small business owner, so it doesn't make as much sense, but I get the point of it. Okay, so Cox Communication. Here's careers at Cox. Let's look those up. Let's go. Oh, wow, there's a lot of things I don't know about here. So let's do Cox Business. Sure? Sure. I don't know. Brands, Cox Business. Job search. Oh man, they're gonna make me search. I wish they just listed it out. Featured jobs. Okay, so view all jobs. Perfect. So I'm gonna view all jobs. You know what? Let's limit it. I want the location to be, can I do Atlanta? Yeah. Ooh, I can do Alpharetta. Let's do, they don't even have Atlanta. What, I spelled it wrong. Atlanta. Okay, let's do Atlanta. How many jobs came up? A lot. Let's narrow it down a tiny bit more. So I'm Atlanta. I want remote. How many does it have? Still 2 pages, so everything's remote these days. Level of experience. I'm going to leave it blank, and then I'm going to change the job category to, let's just do me. I'm a guy, let's say I work for Cox, and I'm in their engineering. That's probably where I would have been, right? Engineering product development? Perfect. Let me pick that one. Apply filters. Oh, it's too many. Okay, let's take off remote. Apply filters. Okay, cool. So there are some non-remote jobs, totally fine. I'm already going to the office, cool. Senior software engineer, lead software engineer, AVP technology, so that's assistant vice president. I probably can't apply for that one, or I can't help. So this is what I'm trying to do. There's a senior lead architecture, another lead software engineer, controversial, like conversational AI developer. Ooh. I'd actually do that one for free. So here's what I would do. I'm already in this department. I see that there's another job opening. I'm going to click on this guy and say, hey, conversational AI opportunity guy. Travel, yes, I'm fine with that. I could probably do this job for you. And here's the thing, you're gonna have to scope this out yourself, but here's what I would do as a business owner. I wish people would do. And I do plan to plug myself back into the matrix. If you have a side hustle, rental properties or side hustle, and I turned it into my main hustle and I got out of my other real hustle, I am sad that I got out. I wish I would have had my tendrils in there a tiny bit. And I'm working to put myself back into the matrix, not because I have to, but because I desire that community and pushing for someone else's goals. I'm a good Indian. I am not a great leader. And I want to Indian somebody else, and I want to Indian the crap out of them. I want to be a great Indian. I want to be you can be the chief, I'll be the follower, whatever. And I will get that stuff done for you. I already do this with a few people. I'm helping a few of my buddies out, Watify and a couple other people on the side. And yeah. I do it for free because it's interesting. Right now, escape velocity. I don't need the money. So escape velocity, I do these things because I'm interested in them, which is great when you then get to pick things you're interested in. You realize that science, technology, engineering, and math are the things you're interested in. Okay, so back to this. Let's say I'm already some sort of engineer, software engineer in their department somewhere, right? AI. I am totally into AI. I love this. I would tell the guy, hey, I will do this job for you for free. Because somebody is holding up this bag right now. Who's holding it up? And he'll probably be like, me, it sucks. I barely do it. Like, great. Give it to me. I will give you 6 months of my work to do this for free. I'll do it after hours or whenever, so it's not impacting my other job. And I'm going to get this thing done for me. Give me your highest priorities, and I'm going to make you up a task list, and I'll get these things done for you. After 6 months, either they've hired somebody, or they're like, hey, we're just going to pay you to do it. Or you say, hey, 6 months is approaching. I said I would do this for free for 6 months. You haven't found anybody yet. How about this? I'll continue to do this for another 6 months. The pay on this is $100,000. You just pay me $50,000. And in the moment you hire somebody, you could totally cancel that contract. We'll call it contract work, not even make it part of my regular pay. whatever. You see how you've turned your main hustle? They already know, like, and trust you. You've already built that rapport. You're already a hard worker if you're a hard worker. If you're just barely getting by, then you deserve to get fired. Shame on you. This is how you get ahead at the places you're at. How long would this take for people to take notice? Probably 5 years, maybe 10 years. You have to put yourself out there a lot. I would also then go the other way and say, let's say my bosses are Mike, Tim, and John. I'm going to go to those guys and say, Mike, give me your 3 biggest things you need to win on this year. Mike, Tim. Tim, what are your 3 big wins? John, what are your 3 big wins? Do they align? Hey guys, did you realize they don't even align? That's not good. If they do align, pick the one thing that's common and say, I'm going to hammer the crap out of that and make sure they know and ask them all the time, how can I help in that, whatever it is? It's not hard, but sometimes because you're in that business, you just don't see the opportunity. There's tons of opportunity out there. So that was just the AI option. What else was there? Let's say I am a lead software engineer. Then there's another one, contact center AI platform, lead software engineer enterprise applications. Guys, let me just ask them, what's the holdup? Why haven't you hired somebody? What's the biggest problems? Do you need extra hands on? Great. I am 50. My kids have graduated. My youngest one drives. They don't really need me. I find myself with an abundance of time. Let me help you. I am 20. I've got no wife. I've got no kids. I've got an abundance of time. I want to work. Let me help you. I am 35. I've got 3 kids I need to put through college. I want to work, right? You can spend it however you want. Just get out there and do. This isn't hard to do. Let me go for another one. Let's look up. I had a buddy that worked for Yancey Brothers. And same sort of thing. What do you do there? I don't know. Let's say you're some sort of, again, software engineering thing, your business analytics. I don't know why it's not coming up. Let me do this. Come on. Let's go, baby. Yancey Brothers. That's it. I was there before. Your website is down. Yancey Brothers. Oh, maybe it's because I went to Caterpillar. Oh, it's yanceybrothers.com. My bad. Look at that. Now recruiting technicians. I don't know what that's for, but it's right up there. They're saying, look, we need people. Let's look up, how would I find rentals, parts, service, technologies, careers, right there. Let's see, admin, sales, technical. I'm going to go technical because that's kind of what I am already, or job openings, whatever. Let's do career openings. Technical careers, apply. I didn't even say what I'm applying for. All right, that's not really what I wanted. Let me go to the careers job openings. That was pretty funny. So they got 210 opportunities. I feel like I did this already. Maybe I did Caterpillar just the other day. Let me change the location to Austell, which is super close to me. Yeah, let's do that one just down the street, and that's it. So there's 13. Perfect. We look through this and we're like, okay, well, I'm in the technologies something department. There's industrial supervisor, maybe. Truck technician, I don't know, maybe that could be after hours. Electrical power generation product support, maybe. Product support, that can't be that tough, right? Heavy parts technician, let's see, project manager. I mean, what projects are you? You need to keep track of stuff? Yeah, I could be a detailed list. I can do that. So you can see in here, you can find something that you're already doing and aim yourself towards it. Austell. I don't think Austell was the right place. Is that place really close to me, or is it? Whatever. You get the point. There are opportunities here. If you know how to work on cars and you enjoy doing that, you'd be like, yeah, I'll do an after hours technician or between hours or early hours. Sure. The side hustle could be your main hustle. If you, let's go back to Vincent Financial. If you're in a small business, where is your website, buddy? Right there. Let's see if he's actually got careers listed. I seriously doubt he has. He's a small business. Servers, our team. Let's see. Does he have anything else listed? No. Okay. Then I wouldn't expect you to as a small business. But I could ask him, hey, Aaron, I'm a 50-year-old man. I know, like, and trust you. You know, like, and trust me. What do you need done that nobody's doing? Or the position you're trying to hire that nobody's filling? I will do that for free for you for 3 months until you find somebody. What do you think? He probably would say no because, I mean, he could probably hire somebody quick, and he probably doesn't want somebody just to be there for 3 months, right? So I don't have in his business that you've done well for me, right? So it's a little bit more one-off. Now I could say something a little bit different, like, hey, what are you looking to pay that person? I don't know, let's just call it 60 grand. How about this? I will work for you part-time for 30 grand for 1 year. We'll put a contract out there and I'll work after my gym hours or whatever, right? And I'll get things done, only the most important things you find. Or I'll bill you hourly, whatever. I'll come into the office and do a thing. You can come up with something, and he's got a business, and I know as a small business owner, sometimes you just need the person that'll do that thing. And it could literally be, look, I need to accelerate Aaron and Matt's time at the business. What are things that you're doing that you wish you didn't have to do, but you have to do? Give me those. Basically, now you become a personal assistant. And then let me codify that into some AI solutions or something, and then pass that back to you so nobody has to do it, right? Maybe one of these guys actually do that. I don't know what everybody does there. Maybe they just need somebody to read over applications so I can do it at night, right? You could ask a guy like this, or ask, oh man, Smith. I can't think of your first name. My brain. Tina and, oh man, it won't come up. Well, Tina's husband. Oh my gosh, I got old brain. I'll think of it when I'm done with the podcast. What help do you need? I'm happy to help you. Let's see. Chris is looking to become the manager at J. Chris, which is open in the mornings. Perfect. And he now has time in the evening. Perfect. He's got awesome hustles. And one of them is CrossFit Garage. He now coaches here. He's making money and he can bring people in and we can do catering services through his business. So we're multiplying his side hustle by overlapping the circles, the Venn diagram, right? Let's see. He builds pools. Dude, when's your busy time? What help do you need? Could I just help you on the weekends? Yes. Can I help you early in the morning, late in the afternoon? What could I do? How about your books? I don't know, whatever, right? Jason Coltis has got a landscaping business. Dude, you have busy times and you have slow times. In the busy time, I know you have to ramp up with finding new people. You probably need somebody that you can have just to fill the gap until you hire somebody. I could be that person, right? So find the people you know, like, and trust. Offer to help. Start that way. That could be a side hustle. If you're not already in the business. If you're in the business, ask them. You get the point. Just go to the career pages and find, or go to Glassdoor and look at what they're looking for. Your side hustle does not have to be a side hustle. It could be something you're doing in the main hustle. If you're making over $100,000 in the job you're at, stay there to do more. $100,000 a year is well, so if you do that math backwards, that's like what? We said 42 is 80. So that's like $50,000 back in 1996-ish, 95, in the mid-90s. I don't know. Is it great money? I don't know. When I left JDS Uniphase, my target salary, so if I hit 100% of my commission with my base, would have been something like $150,000. And that was back in the early 2000s, late 2000s. When did I leave there? I don't know. Let's just call it 2010. So if you do the math on that, I think it's something like $280,000 back then. Yes, that's a huge freaking leg up. I chose a job that started sort of low pay because the upward side of it was huge. I went from in under 5 years, I think it was less than that. It was like 42, 80, 120, 150. So my pay raises, and again, most of it's commission, but I knew I was going to sell that stuff, so I have no fear. I actually would ask them all the time, every year, can I go 100% commission? And they'd say no. The reason I would do that is the multipliers would be higher. So they're like, hey, your base is 150, but once you get above your quota, instead of being like an extra 2%, it's because it's all commission, it would be extra like 5%. And I was like, heck yeah, give me that money, right? So that was a unique position. Now, there were times when it was scarce, and I'm like, we didn't make the money. And the tax man takes your commissions as bonus. So if you got a $100,000 check, you only got $50,000 in that. Or if you got a $100,000 pay, it only come out as a $50,000 check. So it did suck to some degree. Then if you do your taxes right, you can get some of that back, but they like to take your bonuses. It really makes you cry. Anyway, guys, 2025 can be the year of money. If you need help investigating what you could do, I am an idea guy. I've got great ideas and I'm good on implementation. Ideas for you, not normally for myself. Imitation for myself, for sure. Hey, if you got a small business, I literally have time. If you need help, I'm happy to help you for free for a couple months. No problem. I've done it for one of my buddies who's got an IT shop. He does tech support for like computers and such, networking for a lot of businesses. Specifically, it was in healthcare. And I helped him out for a couple months, twice. I've helped other people out. I'm happy to do it. I've got time and I know I can trust you. If you're in the gym, if you're not in the gym, it's kind of an iffy because, you're already in my community and I'm happy to help my community. If you're a buddy of mine, lifelong buddy, yeah, I'm happy to help. If you've got a side hustle, you need some questions answered and some what and some how, yeah, happy to talk. Guys, I am here for you. Whether you're in our community here at the gym, the greater community online, which could be the Survival Podcast, of Live Free Tennessee, or Garage Fitness Online, or any of that stuff, we are here for you. We do have a thing coming up, just at that last end little teaser. It's going to be every other month we're doing a tester, and we'll rotate them through the year. You guys know that. Also in January, we're going to do the Worldwide WOD Gym Resolutions workout, and we're going to do those every year so you can see your progress there. And it's 3 different workouts. I'm not sure if I'll do them in 3 days or do them all back to back. I might do it all back to back because that'd be more fun and scary, and just make them longer classes or something. Anyway, guys, I am here for you. If you need help, right here. If you're in my community, right here. If you want help with food, log it for 2 weeks on an app and I will help you for free. Find the big chunks. It's not like one-on-one for a month. It's just let's look through it and see what's what. Logging your food is probably the best way to go. Guys, do something. We got 60 easy. We got 32 at-home workouts. We got the Carnivore Kickstarter coming up. We got everything for you. Garage Fitness Online. You name it. If you can't start, all of it's right here. There should be no reason for you not to do a thing. At the very minimum, do 60 easy. It doesn't cost you anything. It's completely free. You can just do and pick the things you want. And there's no rules. Make the rules whatever you want. All right, guys. This is Andy McCann signing off.